Hello, everybody. Welcome to TELLI Talks, where we talk about life, growth, relationships, careers, and all things in between. I have my co-host, OGZ2 Funny, in the building.
Yes, sir.
We have a special guest, and she goes by Pop Gloss on Instagram, but her name is Marini.
Thank you so much for having me.
And my bad for butchering your name.
No, I totally
That's why I was
get
like,
it.
let me ask. I always do that. I'm like dyslexic in the head. Something's wrong.
Totally get it.
So for the people that don't know who you are in the acting world, please let us know how you started your journey.
Sure. So I'm from Canada, and I went to acting school in Canada. All I ever wanted to do since I was like 4 was act. And then I got into the American Academy of Dramatic Arts out here in LA.
Amazing.
Big time.
And then I started to get kind of into the comedy world. So people most know me, I played Brandy Max on NBC's Parks and Recreation. That's one of my most popular credits.
Great show.
It was so fun.
Great
So
show.
epic.
Parks and Recreation. I'm a fan of that, actually. Big time.
Yay! And then I guest starred on Blackish and Schitt's Creek. And I was in the movie Chips with Dak Shepard and Michael Pena. And yeah, I just finished a short film with Jane Lynch. We're gearing up to shoot another one. So I write and act and a bunch of other fun things.
That is so dope to get into
you.
acting at such a young age and to have these huge, what is it? They're shows.
They're shows.
Yeah, series shows.
Series, episodes.
Yeah. So I don't want to mess it up because I'm known for butchering things. Shows and series. Shows and series.
Shows and series.
Schitt's Creek is a great one. Blackish, great one.
Parks and Recreation.
And Parks and
Parks and
Recreation.
Recreation.
It was so fun.
That's his show.
Oh, yeah.
That's a vibe. That's a big time vibe. I feel like as far as like playing that role as like a comedian and in that like role of trying to be, you're not really trying because you are funny and it's like a build up. It's like a scene build up, correct? Like as far as like you coming out there and portraying your character, you want to come out and just pretty much understand like where I got lost where I was going with that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
We're like,
totally
I don't
got
know what it
lost
is
where I
with
was
brain
going with
farts
that.
right now.
Damn, I
that
had the
we're
biggest brain
having.
fart.
We're having multiple technical difficulties right now, okay? How did you get into acting?
So again, like since
That's where I
I
was
was
going with
4,
that.
it's all I wanted to do. And so, my parents, my mom's a teacher, my dad's a pilot in the middle of Winnipeg, which is like middle of Canada. They're like, I don't know what to do with you. So then at 6, I just started memorizing out of my mom's Shakespeare book, and she's like, all right, I'll put you in acting class. And then I fell even more in love. And then everything I did, every yearbook quote, everything was like, how do I get to LA? How do I get to LA?
It was like a trickle effect, a domino effect.
To get to LA.
And then I got into the school here. That was like my ticket here. And then I really had a hard time. Like, I was pounding the pavement. I was trying to get representation. I was trying to get like anything I could. And how Parks and Rec happened was kind of through my own backdoor situation. I had access to the breakdowns, which are, if anyone doesn't know, it's all the roles that come out that are casting, which actors are not really supposed to get. The actual breakdowns is just supposed to be for agents and managers. But I had this kind of in, and I was paying him to submit myself. And it turned out that the casting director for Parks and Recreation was having a workshop. And so I went to the workshop, and she was like, oh, you're really funny. I was like, thank you. Happened to be a couple days later, there's this breakdown for this role on Parks and Recreation, which she casts. And I made a fake email address and said I was my own manager. I'm like, oh, you have to ring my client. She'd be perfect for this role. You saw her at the workshop the other day. So she brought me in. I would never gotten in if it wasn't for that.
If it wasn't for that.
And then, and that kind of opened a lot of doors
amazing.
for me.
See, that's the thing. Like, getting to Hollywood is one thing. Making it in Hollywood in these big shows, big series, movies is hard. And then to be funny doing it. Like, what made you choose comedy over action or drama or romance or any different genre?
So I'm classically trained. Like, I went, dramatic and all that, but I always felt comfortable in comedy. There is this natural rhythm, which I think you can learn, but you also can be born with, sort of. And I like making people laugh. It makes me so happy.
Definitely.
And I think I kind of just really leaned into that, and it went well.
He's comedy.
That's where I was rolling into with being like comedy based. Like I know, like, as far as acting goes, the first thing someone would ask me, be like, hey, I'm an actor. Can you cry? That's like the first thing. It ain't can you make someone laugh? So, like, I feel like, shit, can you cry on demand?
I can.
You can. I ain't gonna ask you to cry on demand. That's too much. That's
She's an
emotional.
actress. She can do it all.
Shit.
But I find, like, dramatic actors, sometimes it's hard for them to cross over to comedy, but comedians, often you will see really lean into drama, and they're usually quite, not always, but usually quite good, because I think it's sometimes harder to do the funny and find the beats and find the comedy in something.
Who's your favorite comedian?
Oh, God, I have so many. I mean, of course, I love Amy Poehler. She's just a godsend, in my opinion. But Kristen Wiig, there's just so many amazing, especially females right now.
Females right now, top 2 female comedians. Who you got? Because I got one off the top of my head right now.
Oh, God, there's so many good. I mean, Nikki Glaser, I think, is hysterical.
Nikki Glazer's hysterical.
I love, I did stand up for a bit, and people compared me to, like, a young Betty White. Because I would say
I
things
love Betty.
so very
cute.
blue, but, like, in a sweet way.
Yeah.
And then, oh gosh, but there's just so many good ones. I mean, Whitney Cummings I really enjoy too.
Whitney Cummings is great. She's doing a lot for herself right now, too.
Oh yeah, she's so smart, and like writing Two Broke Girls, like she's so good.
Broke Girls was amazing too.
Oh God, I'm blanking right now, but like there's so many I admire.
Only 2.
Yeah,
I gave you 2.
Yeah, okay, I said my 2.
Yeah, I love it. No, real talk, I feel like comedians already are actresses and actors in their own light, because they're imitating a situation or mimicking a situation, and then they're already animated as is. And I just feel like it makes it 10 times more funny when you're in the act of it. And it's not just like, you don't see a comedian just like and you're laughing at that. Like, no, they're animated. They're, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're already an actor, actress when you're a comedian, I feel like.
Oh, for sure, to say those stories again and again and make them fresh and funny.
Yes, exactly,
for sure, I would agree.
Exactly. It's the deliverance of everything.
Yeah.
Definitely the deliverance. As far as like being the deliverance, is there like a go-to, like you be like, you know, a go-to line you say, hit them with?
Oh, a go-to line?
As far as just getting like, you know, my personality out there.
Oh,
I think your question more so is, he's a comedian and he's trying to break out of his comedic shell. Like, what would be the introduction?
The introduction, because you walk out on stage, you did stand-up comedy. As far as breaking out, I feel like that's the hardest part of stand-up comedy, is that first few seconds of it.
Oh yeah. Well, I had a few different sets, so it kind of would just be like whatever I started with. Most of my material were just hilariously awful dating stories. So, you know,
I can see that.
I can see that. Yeah, no, that's definitely
I
a good
mean,
branch out.
it's a doozy out here.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you're
Speaking
taken
of,
or not, but
yes, I am.
Okay, lucky
very
you.
much so, with a lot of children.
A lot of
very
them.
very Brady family, very Wilder bunch. We got going on. We got 8 kids, girl.
What?
Yeah.
A whole
we have
team.
a lot. We have a whole lot. Very,
She has a whole team.
Very much so.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Roster.
He wants more kids, 4 more kids.
My mind is.
And I'm like, ah.
Wow.
I love my man.
How do you feel about kids?
Amazing. I like them. I don't have any.
She's a dog mom.
I am a
Dog mom.
She's a dog mom.
Teacup Coconut on Instagram. Check it out. You will not be sorry.
Yes, she is a dog mom to the fullest. We have a Frenchie that's pregnant right now.
Oh.
So yeah, she's gonna have little Frenchie babies.
Oh my God, that's
Can't
so
wait.
cute.
I cannot wait.
I love Frenchies.
But kids and relationships.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that? Being so busy and acting, like, do you have time for all of that? A relationship?
Well, I always wanted, my parents are still together and they have like
I love
the most
that.
amazing relationship. It's like they
That's
won
great.
the lottery in love. So
I love
for
that.
me, I like want that. I saw that my whole life, but I find it hard, especially in LA. People like it's hard to date in LA. I'm like, it's not hard to date. You can go on 8 dates a day if you want
Yes.
to.
You could go
It's
out
hard to
now.
find a good person.
Yes, that's
what's
on the
hard.
same
In LA.
page, that you both have chemistry and that you want to invest in one another. Because I think,
Agreed.
especially, you know, women are a little more programmed to want a relationship, I feel like, in their brain. And men, being in LA, it's like girls. I can go with you tonight,
Yep.
but I can go with
Yes.
even hotter girl tomorrow, and she might be perfect. And it's
Yes.
just like
Yep.
Trial
better
and
in
error
there.
in LA, I feel
Yep,
like.
definitely is.
More trying and less error, guys. This is what we need. You know?
Seriously.
It's like
I have no words.
yeah, you gotta find your man somewhere in the South or
I was about to say, yeah, like back where your
Southern
hometown is, because your
hospitality.
hometown originally, our family's from like Alabama, and you're Canada based. I feel like it's easy to date out in Canada.
But I'm not gonna go to Winnipeg to find a man. Let's be real.
like, no.
Search
I'm
far
never
and
going to
high.
Toronto, maybe.
Toronto.
Yeah.
Anywhere else
Yeah.
besides. No shade to the guys in LA, which I'm sure there's a lot of great men
good
in
guys
LA.
in
Because
LA.
then
Sure.
that sounds like, you know,
Some
I'm
good
just
guys
like
in LA.
F LA guys. But I honestly feel like guys here in LA date and they're actors.
Yeah.
They're like showcasing this person that they are, and they're really not this person, and
Yeah.
it's an act.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, well, welcome to Hollywood, guys.
Welcome
like,
to Hollywood.
This is what, you know, everyone that I interview, and I always ask about dating in LA, and, you know, for the single people that are dating, everyone has the same answers. It's like dating here is so hard and so difficult. No one ever is like,
hard.
oh, I found the love of my life in LA walking down Hollywood Boulevard. Like, imagine.
I know.
It doesn't happen.
doesn't
It just doesn't happen.
Hollywood love story, huh?
I've never heard of one.
It's
ever.
so hard. And it's like, speaking of Canada, I thought I met someone great who was from Toronto. He had just moved out here a few months ago. And the same, like, LA sort of flakiness already. I'm like, you just got here.
Yeah.
And then he's like, sorry, I'm just, like, not in the place for a relationship. And I was like, well, I appreciate the heads up. But if I had a dime for every one of those texts I got, I would be so rich. Because I always feel like it's the ones that you kind of have an interest in that send you that. And then there's, of course, the ones that are, like, interested that you're like, I'm not interested.
Yes.
So it's, like, the very hard.
It's hard to find that balance of like what
100%.
you want and what they want, and then you. And I feel like with women, we're emotional and we get tied in so quickly, and they're just like, it is.
Guys
what it is.
nonchalant
And I'm
with
like,
it. Yeah.
So why would you
Guys are
even waste
very
my
nonchalant.
time
I know.
if you're not interested? Like,
How did
know?
you meet your husband?
At LAX airport.
Yeah, they met at the
In
airport.
LA, surprisingly.
No.
Yeah.
Did he just come up to you?
So initially, we actually love story, real story. We
It's a
saw
love
each other at
story.
LAX airport from a distance, and he was checking in, I was checking in. We saw each other again at TSA, didn't speak, and then when we were walking to our gates, you know, you have that feeling. You're gonna interact. He's gonna bump into me. He's gonna say something. So I act like I'm on my phone, like twiddling my phone, trying to act like I'm texting someone, and no one's texting me. My phone's dry.
Pretend, look at the screen.
Pretend.
Yeah.
That was my game at the
Play my
time.
part. I'm
So
acting. I'm an
texting.
actress right
Yeah,
now.
I'm texting like, yeah, you know, good conversation on my phone.
Looking
He's
cute.
Looking cute. I
Trying
had
to
on this
look
like
cute.
fitted. He'll tell you. He remembers exactly what I'm wearing. Striped black and white fitted dress. And
Ain't
at
that
the
cute.
time, he did not know that I had an infection in my leg, and the hospital told me that if I didn't get rid of my infection, they were gonna have to amputate my leg.
What?
So
Yeah,
so I'm
that's big
like,
time.
at that point of when he met me, I just got out the hospital on 3 rotating antibiotics.
Oh my god.
So he never knew that until later on down the line, you know?
Yeah.
And so I was talking to him, and he's like, you know, you're God sent, and this, that, and third, where are you from, blah, blah, blah. We have this conversation, and my girl not my girl interrupts. I see my girl.
Who you haven't seen in
And I
forever.
just left him because I was like, oh my gosh, bitch, I'm alive.
Yeah, you
Like,
haven't seen her
I'm
in
here.
forever.
I made it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her in forever. And I'm talking to this stranger who I didn't know at all.
Yeah.
Who I
Yeah.
didn't think I was ever going to see in life ever again. You know,
Yeah.
like we're in the airport. You're going here. I'm going there. We live in 2 different cities.
Oh my god.
Nice to meet you. You're handsome. You're pretty.
Moving forward.
Right.
You know?
Pretty much.
So fast forward, we have a mutual friend that's in the boxing world, and it was on Instagram, and I was like, oh, there's the guy from Alabama, you know? And then, you know, we were talking, come to find out 2 weeks after we were talking on Instagram, my father had a family reunion in Alabama. So before I went to my family reunion, I came to visit him,
Oh, wow.
and then here we are, going on 7 years later.
Yeah.
That's
nice
amazing.
love
With a
story.
plethora of children.
With a
That
plethora
is
of
so. So he
children.
moved out here for you.
No, we have a spot here, and then we have a spot in Atlanta and in Alabama. So
Oh
we're,
wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, so we're back. We're everywhere.
When they met, we were based out of Jersey too. So.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
So
we're
we
on the
left
East
Jersey.
Coast.
I actually moved from Jersey to Alabama to
To
be
Alabama,
with him.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so we've
Packed
definitely
up our bags and we headed to Bama.
Yeah.
That is so cool. I
Yeah.
love
So we've been together for going on 7 years now. Our anniversary is actually coming up, July 10th.
You got plans for your anniversary?
I have a charity event for my anniversary.
Oh.
It's gonna be big.
So I have a charity
Big
event.
time. Y'all check out her charity event. Y'all will see it on her
July
Instagram.
10th. You should definitely come.
Yeah.
It's for autism awareness.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, and we're helping out this family who doesn't know we're helping him out, so it's a surprise.
Oh, that's so nice.
His daughter, he has a 14-year-old daughter that was diagnosed with pituitary gland tumor.
Oh my God.
And out of nowhere, like, had to go to hospitals and figure out what was going on with her because it's so rare that they didn't know. Like her head started swelling and it's just a super unfortunate situation. And I want to surprise him and help his family and, whatever they need to take care of, whether it's flights, hospital visits, medical expenses, and just give them something to help
so amazing.
with her journey. Yeah.
Where are you guys doing this?
It's actually in El Segundo by the airport.
Wow.
Yeah, so
please give me the information.
Yeah,
I'd love to come. That's so
will.
amazing.
Absolutely.
It's so nice.
Definitely will.
So we've talked about everything. We talked about Blackish. We talked about Schitt's Creek. We talked about dating in LA. So for everyone that comes on the show, I have these questions. They're this or that questions.
Ooh,
Then they
fun.
start off super easy and they get a little bit harder, so people can get to know you outside of who you are
Personally,
Yeah.
we get to know you.
in your career.
Okay.
The rules
I'm
are,
game.
Okay. I'm going to tell you the rules real
Okay.
quick. You can't cheat at all. You got to pick this or that.
Okay.
Not both of them.
Okay.
You can't make up your own answer. Real simple rules, right?
Got it.
You got it.
I can do this.
You got this, girl.
I love a game.
You got this.
All right.
Okay.
You gonna ask or I'm gonna ask? You
I
ask.
can't see from here.
Oh, okay.
Unless you want to change seats, but it's
Okay,
too
wait, you
much.
want to change? Let
Set.
that match, too.
Car or truck?
Car.
Save or spend?
Save.
I love that she answers. I'm like,
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Beer or wine?
Wine.
Bath or shower?
Bath.
she's great at
Sweet
this.
or sour?
Sweet.
Sneaker or heels?
Heels.
Email or letter?
Email.
Meat or veggies?
Meat.
Face or body?
Body.
Night in or night out?
Night out.
Smell or taste?
Taste.
Catch flights or catch feelings?
Catch flights.
Ooh, I like that. Hey. Short or tall?
Tall.
I love
Burps
it.
or farts?
Burps.
Snore or drool?
Drool.
Fried or baked?
Baked.
Chicken or fish?
Chicken.
Condo or house?
House.
Platinum or gold?
Gold.
Books
Gold,
or movies?
Movies.
All right, I'm getting a little tougher now.
Okay.
A little stage 2
I
of the
love the
question.
warning. Love the warning.
You ready for the
I'm
next
ready for
one?
stage
Next
2.
sets.
Yes.
Married or single?
Single.
Beard or no beard?
Ooh, beard.
Light or dark?
Light.
Tupac or Biggie?
Biggie.
Smoke or drink?
Drink.
All right. Stage 3. That was also like your little boom beginner.
She's that like a champ.
Mediator.
She's
Yeah,
like,
she's killing it. She's killing it. This is gonna be
Killing it.
the last one's like a little 5 questions, so it's gonna be bop, 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 and we're gonna finish it out with the last one.
I
All
love
right.
it.
You ready?
Ready.
Receive or give?
First one's tough. Stage 3 is no joke.
Receive.
No joke. Receive. Yellow teeth or stank breath?
Stank breath.
Stank breath.
I feel it's easier to fix.
Mouthwash it up.
Quiet or loud?
Loud.
Wet or dry?
Wet.
Last 2 questions. You ready for them?
I'm ready.
Spit or swallow?
Swallow.
Woo! Front door or back door?
Front door.
Front door. Hello.
I love it. Oh my gosh, you are amazing.
I loved it. I loved it.
Such
Killed it,
a
you
great
killed it.
time. Great energy.
Oh my God.
And tell everyone where they could find you, please.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram and Snapchat and Twitter, basically everywhere at Popgloss, Popgloss. And Coconut is teacup coconut.
I
You
was
won't
just
be
gonna
disappointed.
say. I was just gonna say,
Get Coconut
make sure
in
you
there.
follow Coconut, please.
Get Coconut
so
in there.
I
What kind of
love
dog is Coconut again?
She's like a 2-pound little gremlin. You'll see.
Okay.
You'll see.
You'll see.
I love it. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
coming
for
on. I
having me. This was
appreciate
so
you.
fun.
And that is
Thank
it
you.
for Telly Talk.
Yay.